Hey, welcome to day 28 of our free 30-plus day Get Up and Go challenge to understand the SOAP framework, to install in our subconscious the SOAP framework so that dealing with changes and challenges becomes as simple and easy as breathing. If it just becomes automatic for us. So today we're going to run through the SOAP framework in the area and aspect of our life. This is our 9th area, the area of communication. Now, I don't know about you, but I think communication is pretty important and pretty crucial. So much so, I just learned from a friend on social media about a book called Crucial Conversations, and I just started reading that. I'm also involved in a coaching program this year that deals with communication, the importance of communication, the importance of our emotional well-being, the importance of our ability to communicate, our confidence, things like that. The soft skills that we often forget about, the mindset, our thinking, but the foundational things that feed everything else that we want to do here on the planet, especially with respect to our businesses and our lives. So today, communication, what's our tool going to be? Our tool is gratitude and appreciation. Now, it sounds kind of woo-woo, but it's actually not. The truth is, if we don't pay attention to and appreciate and be thankful for and grateful for the things we already have in our life, the experiences we've already had, the successes we've already had, the accomplishments we've already made, we're not going to make any more. If we're always focusing on what we don't want, we're going to keep getting more of that. So it's critical, the way we talk to ourselves, the way we communicate with other people, that we pay attention to that. The words we use, the words we choose mean something to us. We get to decide what that means, but we have to keep in mind that the person we're talking to gets to make up their own definition for certain words. Think of beauty, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. We all here have heard that probably our entire life, and if we think about it, it's so true. I might hate the color purple, for example, yet it is my granddaughter's absolute favorite color. I might love a certain type of flower, but other people might just say they're weeds. This happened to me when I was a girl and ruined my favorite flower for me because one of my best friends said it was nothing but an ugly weed. And I'm like, I think she said her mother said that. And so that colored my feelings about my favorite flower at the time. Maybe that's an immaturity thing, but guess what? I think that a lot of our communication skills don't grow up with us. They're formed when we're little children, and unless we consciously change our mind about them, they stay the same. So, how do we use gratitude, appreciation, thankfulness to identify and apply the SOAP framework in the area and aspects of communication? We're going to think about our vocabulary. We're going to think about the words that we use. We're going to think about how we talk to ourselves, how we talk to other people. We're going to think about what things mean to us, and keep in mind that what they mean to other people might be something different. How we say what we say, the tone of voice, our body language, does that match what we're saying? So how do we apply this to our SOAP framework? The S, of course, is our story and our situation. Excuse me. What area or aspect of our communication do we want to take a look at? Do we want to consciously take a look at for this exercise? Could be listening. Could be our vocabulary. Could be words. Could be self-talk. Could be whatever. So let's say we're going to describe what our current situation is. What is our current ability to communicate, let's say even in email or text or on social media? Are we reaching the people we want to reach? Are they hearing the message that we want them to hear? And are they responding the way we want them to respond? That sounds like it's all about us, but the only way we get what we want is if we give people what they want. And we do that by identifying our strengths and weaknesses right now, and then what we want our communication style or situation to be. Maybe you want to be a great speaker. Maybe you want to be a great author. Maybe you want to be a great poet. Maybe you want to be a great webinar writer or marketer or business person or mom or aunt or whatever. And all those things, every single thing we do requires that we communicate with other human beings. Because what we want in life is seldom a sole job. We seldom get everything that we want all by ourselves. It takes other people. And in order to involve other people and to enlist them in helping us create what it is that we want, we need to be able to communicate with them. So what is your situation now? What do you want it to be? My current situation with respect to communication is I talk a lot, I share a lot, but am I getting the results I want? Not not exactly. There's a gap there between how I'm communicating and what people are hearing. So how am I going to go about filling that gap? Well, I'm going to be grateful for the things that are working with respect to my communication, things that I'm okay with and that I'm competent at. And then I'm going to figure out what are the things I need to do to get better to actually fill that gap. One of the things I need to do is know where my timer is so I have any clue what I'm talking. So what are the options to fill that gap? If I know there's a gap between what people hear and what I say, how do I go about filling that gap? What are some of the options? Well, I can be grateful for the times that I do get through to people, and I can pay attention to those and look at the times that it's worked and the times that it hasn't. I can get books like Crucial Conversations, The Power of a Story, other books on communication I'm reading. I can join a coaching program. I can study on the internet. I can take some master classes. I can take some courses. I can read more books. I can listen to podcasts. I can listen to programs or shows or documentaries on how to improve your communication skills and how to understand how our brains work, and that what I'm saying isn't necessarily what the person I'm speaking to is hearing, or what I'm writing isn't necessarily what they're interpreting when they're reading. And then after brainstorming, again, we're going to go for 10 options, and then we're going to pick 3 of those to put some kind of a problem-solving tool or decision-making tool onto, and say, okay, what should I do right now? What action can I take right now to improve my communication skills? Well, obviously I already decided that this was an area I was going to work on in my life. I added it to the Get Up and Go Challenge. I added it to my 9, I made 7 key areas and aspects of our life 9, and I'm emphasizing it and paying attention to it this year and probably beyond, because I doubt that I will be the world's best or perfect communicator by the end of this year. So I'll continue to seek out resources that help me to improve, because I believe in continuous improvement. I believe we start out not knowing something, we get curious about it, we want to know about it, we ask questions, we look into it, we dig into it, we learn a little bit, we learn a little more, and we continually improve for the rest of our lives. And then, how will I know if I'm making progress? Well, it's pretty easy, because I will be better received by the people that I'm communicating with. I will see them doing more of the actions that I hope for them to want to achieve and do. I will feel like and get feedback on the messages that I'm putting out there in a way that makes sense. Either, hey, that didn't work at all, so I improve and change the way I communicate that, or, okay, you're kind of on the right track, keep going. I'll get those messages. So today, our action item is just to try this on. Go through the SOAP framework for some area or aspect of communication in your life. Maybe it's texting, maybe it's phone calls, maybe it's cold calling, maybe it's phoning a friend, whatever it is. Maybe it's listening. Maybe you're not a good listener. Maybe you're like my family. We all just talk over one another. And we need to practice listening, actually real active listening, and not telling one another what to do all the time. So share in the comments below one action item that you'll take, or the action item, just share one thing in one area or aspect of your communication that you're grateful for. Hey, I'm great at video. I'm an awesome speaker. I'm a good writer. I am continuously improving my texting. I'm getting better at cold calling. Whatever it is, share in the comments one thing that you're grateful for with respect to communication right now. Try this on. Go through the SOAP framework. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow, and we're going to talk about something different, something totally different, because we've gone through all 9 areas and aspects of the SOAP framework. Now, if you have any questions, please start asking them in the comments below. We'll set up a Q&A to make sure that you get all your questions, so that using the SOAP framework is installed in our subconscious and it becomes automatic for each and every one of us, as easy as breathing. All right, catch you tomorrow.